Hi, everyone, and welcome to the Healthcare Ethics online lecture for Thursday, November 7th. The focus of the week is on access again, and but this time it's on primary care. So what I have here is really a screenshot of the content for the week. It's going to be focused on really this concept of neighborhood nursing. And whoa, that moved around. So let's not do that, shall we? Let's go to here. Okay. Um, yeah, that makes sense. Neighborhood nursing. I'd like you to listen to this half-hour long story of how nurses go door to door to bring primary care to neighborhoods. This notion of neighborhood nursing is such an innovative collaborative meanings initiative effort to bring primary care back into communities. So when we talk about primary care, and I'm going to sort of just write over here, we're really talking about um, individuals having access to primary care services. That's usually a physician or nurse practitioner. But for most people, and historically, it's meant you go to a pediatrician, you go to a physician or a nurse practitioner, and you go during office hours, you schedule appointments, you might have to wait, but it's where you get your basic services from a young age to older adults. And you might only go once a year for a checkup. You might go for vaccines. You might go for minor illnesses, maybe major things. This concept brings the primary care back to the community, back to the neighborhood. And so the example of this is found in the website on neighborhood nursing. And essentially, the idea of healthcare providers coming to someone's home um, relates to this notion of trust. Now, this third item here is a very large economic article. I'm not interested in you, and I'm sure you're not either, in reading the whole thing. I'd just like you to focus on the abstract, which is the idea of trust and health-seeking behavior. The abstract is a very short part of it, but you'll find that embedded in this story. This sort of harkens back to a time where general practitioners lived in communities and would visit patients at their home where they lived. Now, many of those individuals were exceedingly busy during the day. They worked in agriculture and farming, so they couldn't readily come out and make time for a 3 p.m. or 10 a.m. doctor's appointment. That shift is not that old in American healthcare, but you and I experience the same thing. If the only time we can get a doctor's appointment is at 10 o'clock on a Tuesday, we have to miss certain things. Our schedules are disrupted. No, it's because we focus on the schedule of the physician's office or the nurse practitioner's office. That's fine, but this is a different idea. And so in the US, um, the heart of our healthcare system resides in primary care. Now, the payment model, as we'll talk about in a few weeks, really specializes in specialty care, but primary care is the front door. It's where stuff begins. Um, and so your task this week is to first listen to the entire story about the history behind this. It is a nurse-driven model. Um, Check out the website and the abstract. And then the class activity is really to respond thinking about how might this concept work in the community that you grew up in. Now, I know that essentially half of you grew up in rural communities, but how might that work? Think about the community you grew up in. Um, it could be where you presently reside or, for the most part, grew up in. How might this idea of neighborhood nursing function? Why or why not? And that's essentially the class activity. The idea behind it is it brings the idea of access to the individuals. So instead of being able to go somewhere, um, the healthcare comes to them when it's needed. All right. Okay, folks. Well, thanks very much for listening to this and with your patience in with these two online lectures and activities this week. Look forward to connecting with you when we're back together again. All right. Take care. Bye.